So we're going to talk about some news that honestly was sent to me by my friend Chris after he read Thundercats #1 and was like, "Hey, there's some news at the end of this book that no one saw coming." And that news in particular is that Dynamite is snatching up another IP from another major company. And that is Space Ghost. It really does feel like Dynamite is slowly becoming what IDW used to be, in that we're doing a bunch of IP comics and doing new stories with them. Obviously, they started with Thundercat. They've now got Thundercats under their belt. They've now gotten basically the Disney, what looks like all of Disney at their disposal, to use mostly for Disney villains. But yeah. We now have Space Ghost. Now, what's the most perplexing and why I bring up Space Ghost is because that was always under DC Comics. No matter what it was, they did do a comic series where Alex Ross did. You probably know the comic best for Alex Ross's spectacular covers. But the other thing was, they had always done anything to do with Hanna-Barbera. That was all DC Comics. Because of, again, they were under the same Warner Brothers wheelhouse as, well, DC Comics. So it was always there. So it is fascinating to see that, Space Ghost has been moved from, DC to a new home. And I wonder what that means. If they wanted a Space Ghost book so bad, why didn't they put it under the DC imprint? That's what I'm curious and concerned about. I'm always concerned. I'm kind of wondering. Maybe it's nothing, but if they start pumping it, if Dynamite then starts doing other, and I imagine they might easily be doing this too, is that one of the major things they might do is they could possibly, for lack of a better word, they could easily start doing, and I could see this too, is they could start doing the other Hanna-Barbera or maybe even Looney Tunes comics as well. That could easily be a thing too, where we could see later on after Space Ghost, we could start seeing the Herculoids or Johnny Quest comics, which honestly, Johnny Quest really fits in the wheelhouse of what Dynamite has done before, as does Space Ghost. And while I'm a little worried about it, there is also the whole thing of this could I am still excited for these books. The Space Ghost book will be written by David Propose, who's been doing a lot for mainly a lot of Marvel, and I think he is doing some stuff at Dynamite already. So, excuse me. So there's a lot to be had here. There is a lot to be said about these books, honestly. What I find rather interesting is, again, Dynamite is just eating up these titles. They're just eating up IP titles left and right. And it's fascinating, really. Now, if only they could get their fucking trade books together, right? If only they could get the trade situation settled. That's what I'd really like them to do, is just get the trades in order. If they could just start doing collected books again, that'd be really nice, Dynamite, if you could just get your shit together on collected issues. You've got so many IP books, it wouldn't be that hard to, I don't know, fucking collect them. Anyway, so we don't know the whole, now, as of right now, we don't know the whole story of what the Space Ghost comic will be. We don't know what villains there will be. I imagine we're definitely going to get the whole series, but we don't know the tone. All we know is it's coming out this May. That's the other major thing, is that this comic is coming out in May, and it will be and it does already have a creative team, so we don't know when we'll see Jan and Jace or Gleep, if we get them at all. This could be another origin story. This could easily be a new. This could be a complete reboot, or it could be a continuation of the cartoon. I think it might be a new universe. That's where I'm kind of leaning towards, is that it's a completely new universe. That's what I think we're kind of leaning, kind of bending towards. But yeah. So what I'd like to also see from this is I also think that this, real quick, I also think that this book will be a tad more, shall we say, I wouldn't say too adult, but I do think it will be like a little more bloodier. It will be like the DC comic from Joe Kelly, the one like I just mentioned earlier with the Alex Ross covers, the Joe Kelly book, where it did have a lot of the cartoon vibes, but it was more like an adult, like for an older audience. I think that's what the promo art for this really kind of spoke to me on. Now, as for what else I'd like to see them do, and even though Dynamite has been doing a lot of crossovers, like they've been kind of low in the crossover department, I would really, 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 really like to see them. I would absolutely love to see them do a Space Ghost Flash Gordon crossover. I would 100% love to see like that. Just makes so much sense. Like, have Space Ghost and Flash Gordon meet. Have them fight like Ming teamed up with Zorak or Brax. I think that would be really cool. Like, I think there's a lot of fun to be had in the idea of having those two together. If not them, I would say Space Ghost really works as like a lot of those pulp characters. That's why, but again, Flash Gordon was the one I was really thinking. I would also love to see a lot of fun, like maybe Mars, because they have this too, Mars Attacks Space Ghost. I would, because the insanity of Mars Attacks kind of fits in that kind of kitschiness that Space Ghost is known for. So either a or a John Carter of Mars. That'd also be really cool. Like those are the three I would love to see Space Ghost crossover with, if they are allowed to cross over with other titles. Those three would be the big ones: John Carter of Mars, or by and large Deja Torres, the Princess of Mars with Space Ghost, Flash Gordon, or Mars Attacks. Those are the three I would love to see the most for Dynamite crossovers. But yeah, so I am excited, but again, kind of wish this was DC doing this. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Space Ghost coming to Dynamite Comics? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Do you guys want to see him cross over with someone from Dynamite? And also, do you think this will be the start of other Hanna-Barbera titles coming to Dynamite Comics as well? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.